Hello fellow YouTubers, Bear Prepper here. So today I'm going to show you how to make kombucha. Now your first step is to get kombucha starter from someone else. So you'll notice my kombucha Scooby right there is really big. It's actually turning my kombucha a little too quickly for me. I can't do it as frequently as it wants to do. I've also started one right here for a coworker. So that's what we're going to work with today. So the first thing I'm going to do is take out my Scooby. So here's my Scooby. It's an odd looking fellow. The newest ones are always on top, and the older they get, down to the bottom. Now, like I said, this is way too big. So I'm going to dehydrate this to share. So you can cut it apart, or you can try pulling it apart. One of the most important things is to either rinse your hands in your kombucha or in distilled vinegar before you touch your Scooby. So that's my Scooby I'm going to use. See, doesn't it look pretty? This one I'm going to dehydrate to share. So put it on in your dehydrator under live foods, like your herbs and things like that, which is the lowest setting. Now, if this is going to take you a while to do, you want to put that Scooby on a plate with some kombucha or some distilled vinegar to keep it moist. We're going to do this pretty quickly. So, you'll notice that I have a jar that's quite large with a spigot. And the reason I do that is I never have to take my Scooby out. When I'm making my kombucha, I just drain it off the bottom. And I use that and bottle it, and that's my kombucha. So the step one to making kombucha, if you have a brand new Scooby, like that, is to make some tea. Black tea or green tea. And you want to make 1 cup of sugar to 1 gallon, or a quarter cup of sugar to 1 quart. And you want your tea to cool. It needs to be room temperature or you'll kill your kombucha. So we've got my tea sitting here cooling down, and I do that before I bottle my kombucha. And so now I'm going to go ahead and go bottle my kombucha. Alright, so now it's been about 8 days and it's time to bottle my kombucha. You taste it every day after 7 days to see if it's the sweetness that you like, with enough of the vinegary taste. Now I'm going to take some peach blackberry pie filling, and I'm going to put it in my soda bottle. Now you can do this into your bottles if you're going to bottle it, but I don't like to drink bits and pieces when I'm doing mine. So what I do is I put mine in a bottle for a couple days for the flavors to get in there. And I'm just pushing the pie filling through with the back end of the spoon, because it goes right down that little funnel. And I've used about a ½ a cup of pie filling in the bottom of my bottle. And this is why I like this kind of jug, because I can just fill it up and not worry about my Scooby. And we're going to fill this up. We're going to stop right about there. Cap it. And shake in the pie filling. We're going to do this every day until it's ready. Alright, so you can see on the right, I've already added the tea. It's all ready to go and give away. I like to give it away when it's still got the full sugar content, because that gives the person 11 days to figure out what to do. So you're going to start your kombucha. So you got your Scooby from your friend, and if they were nice enough they gave you some of the kombucha. If not, don't worry about it. Just start it in the tea. It'll be slower to start with the dehydrated, but it'll start. We are going to add our tea to our jar. Now they say you can use other teas, but it makes your Scooby weaker over time. So try to stick to black tea and green tea. Probably could put another gallon in there if I wanted. And you take your Scooby and lay it across the top. If it falls and sinks, don't worry about it. It doesn't really matter much. It'll settle where it wants to settle. Now the key is your kombucha needs to breathe. If you're using a small container, you can use a regular coffee filter. If you're using a large container like I am, use one of those large coffee filters. Take your rubber band and place it over. You want your kombucha to breathe, but you don't want the fruit flies and gnats to get in it. And that's all that's doing, is keeping them out. And you let this sit for 10 days, and then you're going to bottle it. So I ordered my black tea and my green tea from Coffee Beans Direct. It seemed to have the best price. These are 2 or 4 pound bags, I think is what I got. I think it's 2 pound bags for both. The black tea is a much bigger bag that I used, but I transferred it into jars. But that seemed to be the best price that I could find. Now it's been 3 days, and it's just starting to firm up. The more firm it gets, the gentler you want to shake it. Probably one more day, and this will have the flavor of peach. But I wanted to show you mostly your kombucha. Do you see the new layer forming? Right on top you can see that line of grayish, brownish shadow. That's a new Scooby forming. Pretty cool, isn't it? You're going to start tasting, remember, at 7 days until it's the taste that you like. So it's kombucha bottling time. Here's my bottle. I can't push it in, so we're going to go ahead and filter out the fruit. Okay, I let it go a day too long. It's taking me 10 minutes to get the cap off. So once you get the cap off, you just want to filter it through so you're not putting fruit in your bottle, because I don't like fruit in my bottle. So now it's time for bottling. Let's see, there, you can see what I'm doing. This is just a cheapy bottler, but it works. You want to take your bottle cap, there's a magnet up there, and you just bring it down on it, and then you're just going to pull the handle down. And voila.